Hello guys and girls, welcome to Canadian Immigration Channel. Deed of gift, what it is, how to deal with this, and how to prepare those documents for immigration to Canada. Let us first start with the basics. When it comes down to the point when you're happy enough, you received invitation to apply, as I always say, morning handover comes, right? You wake up in the morning and this handover is when you start realizing that you have to provide a number of documents to support your application for immigration. Everything you said about yourself in your express entry questionnaires, you have to support it with documents now. When it comes down to the proof of funds, you're supposed to provide at least 2 documents. It could be 1 though, but answering 2 questions. How much money you have in your account? Apparently this amount of money has to be equal or above the minimum requirement by federal government. And the second document, or it's a part of the first document as well, is transactions history for the last 6 months. Transaction history, though, does not necessarily mean that money should be in your account for the last 6 months. It means that you're able to explain where money are coming from. It is quite traditional for many countries, though, that money are sitting in the account of the head of a family, where parents might be in control or in charge of your funds, if you will, of your savings. It might be the circumstances where parents or your close relatives, for example, your brother or sister, or in very rare circumstances, your uncle or your aunt, are sponsoring you in terms of immigration application for Canada. Sponsoring, though, means that they financially sponsor. It has nothing to do with immigration sponsorship for Canada. It means that they have funds which they will be given to you. Now, the fact alone that they love you and they're giving you money is not sufficient enough to convince officers that you have this money, whether they were transferred 4 months ago or yesterday. So what will work in this case is the supplementary document, which is called the deed of gift. Many of you have heard about it, but were asking us questions how this document should be structured and what should and should not be in it. Now, the deed of gift is the notarized document. So it has to be signed in the presence of a notary and signed by the person who is giving you this money. So your parents, your brothers, sisters, and as I said, in very rare occasions, by your uncle or aunt. It should be a close relative, so it should be believed, right, or reasonably believed that these people are ready to give you money. Now, when it comes to the 3rd cousin, 4th cousin, and they're generous enough, right, to give you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, well, you'd better have a very proper explanations why these people are giving it to you. As I said, in most of the cases, in at least 99% of cases we're working with, it's usually either a mother or a father. Now, apart from being notarized, this document has to confirm several crucial points or being able to prove several crucial points in order for it to be accepted. It has to have a date of the transfer. So if funds were transferred directly to your bank account, right, the date of the transfer and the amount of the transfer should be in the deed of gift. Second important point is that deed of gift has to very clearly stipulate the fact that it's irrevocable and they're not expecting you to pay them back this amount of money. So it's indeed a deed of gift. So gift is given to you and they're not expecting you to pay them back. Now, apart from that, one more important point is that they're not expecting you to return it in terms of a favor, service, or some sort of goods. Now, let me just give you an example what it should mean and how to avoid that mistake, because we've seen it before in several documents, and fortunately we managed to convince people that they should go back to the notary and restructure the document. Sometimes it's done unintentionally, but it could be read differently by officers, so be sure that you don't make such a mistake. For example, take Bob. Bob is taking X amount of money from his parents, and parents are generous enough to go and sign this deed of gift. Now, what they might actually want to include in the document is something as simple as saying that Bob is such a wonderful person, we love him as our son, and we're expecting him to stay such a good boy as he is right now and take good care of us in the future, so we're giving him X amount of money. This unintentionally means that we're expecting Bob to actually return us this favor in the future, not in monetary terms, right, but in the terms of a service. So this way, it's sort of an undisclosed contract where Bob is expected to take care of his parents in return for this money. This will not be accepted, so make sure that you do not make such a mistake. As long as the document says that it's irrevocable, as long as the document is notarized, as long as there is a clearly specified amount of money and the date of transfer, and there is no clause which says that they're expecting you to repay back in terms of any services or any goods, then the document should be fine and accepted. If you still have any questions, concerns on how to prepare this deed of gift, when to use it, when not, remember, it's okay for federal government, while it may not be and usually will not be okay for provincial government. Make sure that you don't make mistake with the deed of gift when it comes down to, for example, application for Saskatchewan, where such will not be acceptable. Now, feel free to drop us a line if you got questions or concerns. If you want to make sure how to prepare it, what to do with this, and if you would like us to take care of the case, send us an email. We'll assess your application, and if there is something to be done with this, we'll be glad to help you out. Stay tuned with us, and of course subscribe for the channel.